But for regular me, regular American,
Regular American.
regular American, I can do whatever I want in the good old U.S. of
America.
U.S. of America. Exactly. U.S. America.
Yeah.
U.S. America. Bust it, homie. Like you don't give a fuck about COVID, so don't be talking about COVID. In this little super rally, America rally, where it's supposed to be like a billion people in there. Well, a billion people didn't show up, so they had a lot of space there. He could have did his people a solid. I got covert in my remarks. You know what I'm gonna do? All right, everybody, spread the
Just
fuck out.
yes, I thought the same thing.
Spread the fuck out, everybody. And then he could have been like, see, at my rally, we care about the people. We care about COVID.
I thought the same thing. I'm like, if you have all this room, do yourself a solid. Spread these people out. Make yourself look
Because
responsible.
like to homie, it's June going into July. This shit was supposed to be over by April.
Yeah, the heat is here, man. I don't know where you're at, but man, just come over here. It is hot over here.
It was supposed to be over by Easter.
Yeah, like this shit is still going. Where does it have to be hot for it to go away?
And so now he wants to talk about COVID. And you're going to hear a lot about pedophiles. I don't know where all this pedophile shit came from.
Oh, what?
All this. Oh, no, go ahead.
Your whole flag question. It is not illegal to make an American flag. And there is a thing called a flag code. It's a federal code.
Yeah.
It's recommended etiquette, but it's not legally binding.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So you can wear it. I mean, it's not etiquette to wear American flag underwear, but it's not legally binding.
And even then, it's probably like, I don't know if maybe government workers and things like that might be held to a certain standard, especially if you're going to fly that on a government or a public facility.
Right.
There's a code to what you do with it, how
Right.
you take it down. Especially in the military, there's a code to how they folded, all that jazz. But for regular me, regular American,
Regular American.
regular American, I can do whatever I want in the good old U.S. of
America.
U.S. of America. Yeah, exactly. U.S. America.
Yeah.
U.S. America.
You got to be missing like your 4 back teeth in order to say that, right?
U.S. America. Diamond and silk are in my cabinet. Shit. Ben Carson's my Department of Defense.
I wonder why they didn't go to Trump's rally. They should have been there. They would have filled the
Man,
rest of the
those
stadium.
because they canceled. They don't serve their purpose. That shit is over.
You would think they'd try to get back on the train.
Question has more names than any disease in history. I can name Kung Flu. An emboldened left will launch a full-scale assault on American life. You know that. They'll expel anyone who disagrees with them. Look what happens when you disagree. You use a term that's perfect and they're not happy with it. They call you a racist. They call you a horrible person.
So now we're on the. And so once again. This is why these Kool-Aid drinkers are the most bitch ass motherfuckers on the planet. For starters, the bleach drinkers. If the gun didn't exist, if the gun didn't exist and they didn't have fucking 100 years of rules in place that allowed them to stockpile the guns and access to the guns and things like that. Because it ain't no coinky dinky that down here you could just go grab a shotgun. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
you
saying?
just walk into any
But
Walmart
it also ain't no coinky dinky that motherfuckers
if you're white.
It also ain't no coinky dinky that motherfuckers get locked up constantly so they can lose their fucking ability to just go grab a shotgun.
Yep.
So anyway, So they got the gun. All right. So now I got the gun. I'm Mr. Badass. America. Badass.
Badass America.
Badass America. But when they got a chance to do something ill, they dropping a bomb. They burning
Yep.
a motherfucker up. They lynching the motherfucker. They doing something that causes death.
Yep.
And then they partying like it's
They
1999.
accept no other terms.
No other terms. Death. And it doesn't matter if it's just one of you or all of you. Mm-hmm. But their worst fear is being called names. This is what they're complaining about, bro. The other side is saying they want to send us to jail. They want to fucking kill us in the streets. And they're complaining about names.
Yeah, me a
Hey,
name.
you call me names. Why don't you just be nice and give me my egg McMuffin?
Yeah.
Like, you remember that bitch?
Yeah.
The fucking cop crying over, hey, just be nice with people, cops. I don't hear thank you anymore. Because nobody don't need a thank you.
Yeah, it's your job. Like,
Yeah, like nobody fucking.
keep it moving.
You don't see any sanitation workers going around talking about, man, why we don't get no thank yous, bro?
Exactly. You don't see the garbage people. Like, yeah, just stop it and
Like, hey
wait
guys,
for you to wave.
Hey guys, I'm about to do a live, guys. This is my first live. I just picked up all the trash in the hood, and you know what? Nobody said thank you.
Yeah.
Like, no, that shit
I
never
know.
happens.
Go do your job. Get your paycheck. Move it along.
Yeah, do your job, do it right.
Like, you know
And then-
how many times we've had to sit at a McDonald's reserve spot to wait for 2 cheeseburgers. It's the less complicated thing on their menu,
And then get no ketchup.
and get nothing. And you sit in line first of all to order for like a solid 7 minutes,
And it's not exclusive
then-
to McDonald's either.
Oh no, it's not. Then you pull up to the one, you pay for your shit, and they say, "Excuse me, can you just pull up ahead just a little bit?" Next thing you know, you're waiting there for twice as long as you waited to order your food, and then you don't usually get everything you need.
Yeah. And the COVID stuff didn't help.
And
I
it
mean,
happens
like,
to regular people all the time.
All the time.
Like, why are you on this day?
I bet she's.
Is it any special?
I bet she's expedited through the line, through the process more than a regular person is. You know what I mean?
Probably.
And the reason why she even said, she said she paid for her stuff on the app because a lot of times people will see that a cop is behind them and will want to pay for that person's order.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like,
So, and she just didn't want to have to deal with that or anything. So she
really?
yeah. So
You know what would be cool? If the cop paid for the person behind them.
yeah, that would be dope too.
That would be super dope.
You know,
Let's start there.
I've had people pay for stuff.
Oh, yeah,
for-
people.
But regardless of the situation, bro, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of the situation, you've already received niceness. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, why don't people just say thank you? Well, you just set by your own admission. Sometimes they pay for your fucking food.
Exactly.
You want free food and thank yous?
Yeah.
You know, every place, especially in the South, every place. Are you a first responder and military? Then you get your discount. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck off. You know what I'm saying? Like, get your act together,
Yeah, man.
do your job right, and then people will probably show more love for you and then stop freaking arguing as if it's impossible for you to not get your job right. It's impossible for you to not be doing wrong. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's the one thing I don't hate much. And I don't hate pretty much any type of person. I dislike things. I prefer like not to be around it. But like I said, it's all about proximity to what the root of that problem is that determines my level of hate or how long it lasts.
Mm-hmm.
But
How long it lasts.
Yeah. But concepts, I hate concepts. And I hate crybabies. You know, I hate someone who has expectations, undeserved expectations, you know. And it's like I said, like, lady, do your job right, and people will be happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hate people who act as if I hate the concept of acting as if you just can't be wrong. Like, you just couldn't have possibly or done wrong, or your side could, you know. It's just like this whole racism bullshit. or the Confederate flag
yeah.
bullshit. It's like, no, it's not that. Like, really, bro? Like, there's no part of you that can see that there could be a teeny tiny bit of slavery.
It's almost
up in
like
there.
they don't even try to look at it the other way. You know what I mean? Like they don't. It doesn't exist.
I don't even know if they're trying or not, but they're saying no. So you can't. If I see two eyes on your fucking face, I'm telling you, you got two eyes. You might be like, well, one of them don't work. Okay, one of them don't work, but
there's still two there.
Still two there, just one fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, so open them both and look.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing that people have with the cops. Like, they've built up this institution, and they know it's deliberate that we do not do anything wrong. We don't do anything wrong. Mm-hmm. That's what he was going to go and say right now. He was about to be like, yeah, the cops, they get injured all the time. And just because they injure just a few protesters, now people want to, defund them and all this. It's like, look, one, stop, squirrel. And two, yeah, they do injure a lot of people. And that needs to be addressed, regardless of how many protests there are out there. If one person gets injured, that should be addressed.
I know. They're not traffic cones. They're people.
Yeah, cops don't get the. All right, cops
It
going
doesn't
on.
matter if it's a few or if it's one. They're people.
Like, when I would like to speak to anybody in law enforcement, especially a higher up. Okay, you guys got all these billy clubs and everything. When you hand a cop a billy club, is there anything to it? Like, it's just like when Pop is about to hand you the keys to the T-Bird. You know what I mean? You're going to be like, all right, be careful.
Right.
Bring this T-Bird in the way I gave it to you. You know what I mean? With some gas in it, not fucked up. And don't do anything that I wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? You hear it all the time.
Yeah.
Do you just give the cop the billy club? Like, go on, have some fun. Break a leg.
But good luck now.
Yeah, literally break a leg in the skull if you can. Like, there's no warning sticker on it that says, hey, there is a report for every, concussion caused by this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing
No
given
heads
to.
up. Nope.
Yeah, no heads up. Just here's your billy club. Go have some fun. Like I would imagine if they gave me a billy club, they'd be like, okay, you can only use this billy club in this
Right.
in this situation, and you can't use it in this situation, and you don't want to blah 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 with the billy
Right.
club. But nah, they're like, fuck it, we can do whatever we
You can
want,
use it in any way,
any way we want, as long as
any part of the body.
hey, and as long as nobody sees it, it don't count.
It don't count.
It's like testing for COVID.
Yep. It just didn't happen.
Stop the test, and there's no cases.
Slow it down.
Kill them all. Kill every suspect of color,
And there won't be any more.
and there won't be any cases.
That's right.
So, there we have it.
Today, I'm also announcing that I have.
Which is, actually, I'm kind of done with you, Trump. Which is kind of
Doesn't
where,
his voice get to you after a while?
yeah, which is kind of where they were saying with the whole Brooks case. Is just that. It's like, well, once force is used, we can't let a suspect escape. We just can't.
He's unarmed. Where was he going? You had his information.
And okay, great, but I don't think that truly asks the question that needs to be asked. Where is he going? You got his information? I don't know. If I'm a cop, I say, I don't know. How do you know he was going to his sister's house? How do you know his sister lived there? How do you know that car wasn't stolen? How do you know a lot of things? You feel me?
Okay.
Things that you nor I have an answer to. But the one thing that and the answer to those questions might not be important at this point because one, the guy's dead, but two, okay, cool, but you guys are the cops. You guys got a way of catching one black guy. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, again, he was still unarmed, on foot, like.
But regardless, the point that I'm trying to make is because when people say that, then they allow the cops to build a scenario in which what they did seems plausible, seems like the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did have he was unarmed, but he was drunk, and he was overly strong. We wrestled with the guy. You didn't. He was a menace. He was not somebody we would want running down the street. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, a jury might believe that. You know what I'm saying? Like, all we have is just that picture, that video.
Right.
At that point, he got away. Now they pulling up his history. Has he ever slapped his girlfriend? Has he ever did any of those things? So those things matter once they shot him and killed him. Because none of those things played into the thing. That's why we're like, well, you can't say you shot him because he slapped his girlfriend last week.
Right.
He wasn't about to slap her today. But if you let him flee, then they can say, well, this is why we had to send 50 niggas after him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And tear up the whole neighborhood, which is another situation we saw in old movies. Where is he at? Because you don't want us to kick in every door in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're reverting right back to what it was.
So, but getting back to where I was saying is, I hear you loud and clear. Once a use of force is shown, you can't just let a suspect flee. But now that begs other questions. Who has to show that force? Does it matter? If it's once force is shown by a suspect, we can't let him flee. Or once it's shown by a cop, we can't let him flee. Because if it's shown by the cop, then once the cop decides, hey, I'm taking you in, now you can't let him flee.
Right.
So, with that said, to what extent does that go? And now everything that you're saying flies into the mix. And meaning, okay, once a cop force was shown, they fought, dude got a taser, we can't let him go. Okay, well, what does that mean? Does that mean if there was a tank nearby, the tank would have just fired on him?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like by any...
Yeah, exactly. By any means necessary, you guys are going to catch him. Is there a degree in which you just can't pursue him? Would a drone had dropped a bomb? Would you, if there was 100 cops nearby, would you have to say, we need 100 cops to chase it? At what? Because what you did do was you fired 3 shots. 2 hit him and 1 hit a car that was parked right nearby, parked right there in the driveway. So you basically killed 1 and assaulted another dude.
Yeah.
All because force was shown. So therefore, and even then, what was the charge?
Exactly.
If force is shown and you have to catch them, then okay, you caught them, but what was the charge? He's dead now.
Right.
So you couldn't have charged him with assault on a cop,
right?
Which is what I said earlier. Had they caught him, they could have charged him with firing that taser. They could have charged him with resisting arrest. They could have charged him with a gang of shit. But now he's innocent of all that. It's just like he didn't fucking do it. You feel me? So to what extent? Is it to the extent that we have to catch him, to the extent that we violate his civil rights? Because and that's the question that has to be asked. Is a suspect, is a person of color, even when they're being pursued, are they still entitled to their civil rights?
Yeah.
If they are, then this cop was wrong. If they aren't, then I guess anything goes.
Right. Where's the line?
Yeah, where's the line?
Mm-hmm.
Because we've gotten too easy with you flinch, you die.
Yeah, we need a line. We need
exactly.
to know.
We need to know.
Are we losing our rights the moment that happens?
Because the population needs to know. Otherwise, what you're doing is you're creating, and Supreme Court has already decided that separate but equal is not constitutional. It's unconstitutional. Right. You can't have separate but equal.
Right.
Well, you're creating a population that is separate from the general population that has different sets of rules and different sets of liberties.
Right.
Their job protects them from any wrongdoing. Mm-hmm. Their job also allows them to shoot and kill someone else, without any regard. Mm-hmm. There's no other profession that allows that in America. You can't be a doctor and just, I'm so done with this surgery.
Done. Yeah.
Done.
Let me just half-ass these stickers so I can get past it.
Yo,
you know,
I am so dying for a cigarette, bro. Can you please, yo, hand me that cigarette, bro. I'm about to have a cigarette.
Yeah, like everyone is held responsible.
Everyone's held. Even pilots still get their shit. Kobe Bryant's wife is suing, I guess, the family or the pilot or the estate of that pilot. And you know what? Hey, she might have a claim. We live in America where you get to sue everybody.
Yeah.
But you can't sue cops.
No, exactly.
It's like, if everybody...
Why is it so hands off? They cause the most damage.
Exactly. So you basically creating a second class, another citizenry.
Right.
That is above the Constitution.
Right.
Whereas all the rest of us have to live within that. And if when you're doing that, you inherently eroding the rights of those who do have to follow the Constitution.
Right.
You're basically eroding their constitutional rights because you have to make way for the rights that you're giving to these people. Mm-hmm. You can't give a cop more rights and keep mine at the same level. No, you have to take some shit away from me, especially if that cop is interacting with me. So it's kind of interesting how that happens and how those things work. And, I figure right now is a great time to take a break. When we get back, we'll start blazing through some of these packages. And, but yeah, I like that it sets the stage for when we get back, which is, not only are you creating a second-class citizenship, but you also, that you're emboldening them with this belief. You know what I'm saying? The superiority. Yeah, belief. And, that's never going to be good. So we're going to take this break, and we'll be back, folks.
Yep.
Hey, when touch, man, I just do the running man.
What up, folks? It's your boy TMC here. Just wanted to give another PSA about budget. You have a budget. I have a budget. Hell, freaking dog catcher has a budget. We all have budgets. He is working within those things, and sometimes being able to make more out of a little less. And you're just now starting out as an artist. Maybe you have a project in which you don't have a big budget for, or maybe you just want to do some behind-the-scenes stuff. Well, that's where we come in.
Glock 19, you don't want it, man. Gotta sell a little 80 where you want it.
Guys, thanks for watching. And to see more T4J content, please visit TMC4JMC.com.
And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe down below.
That's what's up. Peace.